Hi, I'm Francesca James, the founder of the Great British Entrepreneur Awards and Community. The coronavirus pandemic has caused chaos for many UK businesses, yet the crisis does seem to have brought out the raw entrepreneur in some business owners and leaders. In this series, we're shining a spotlight on and speaking to the entrepreneurs behind businesses who have adopted a plan B or changed their business by pivoting to models to either still serve their customers or help the country in an entirely different way. So Brie, we met through the Great British Entrepreneur Awards, and since that, I've been following your brand on Facebook, and it's really unique. You've got an amazing community, an incredible business. I'm a big fan of the brand. But tell me about what your business looked like pre-pandemic.
So pre-pandemic, we were really growing kind of super quickly. We'd actually, we hit £2 million a month revenue in November 2019, and the sales were just kind of growing month on month, and it was all absolutely crazy. And it was a struggle for us to get enough product to get to our customers, and it was a struggle to get all of the orders out the door. It was just an incredible kind of hub of growth.
And then COVID hit, and what happened? What changes did you make? How terrifying was it at the beginning, and what's that journey been like?
Wow, so it was intense. So about 50% of our business is overseas. So we immediately lost all of that because shipping rates became so high and it became impossible to deliver to lots of countries. So we lost that 50% of our business overnight. And then we found our UK business was hit, about 50% off where it was. So we were sitting there with 25% of the revenue that we'd had the previous month, which is kind of a terrifying place to be. And we had a kind of initially quite a positive outlook because all of the talk from the government had been so strong. We were like, this is going to be okay. The government's here, they're supporting businesses, everything's going to be absolutely fine. So we thought, we'd concentrate on doing something that would make a big difference. So we did a campaign which was snags for the NHS. So we had frontline keyline workers register with us, and for every order that was placed, we sent them out a completely free, shipping free, absolutely free pair of tights. And we sent 22,000 pairs of tights out to support the kind of frontline workers, which is about 5% of the NHS frontline workers, which is brilliant. So we'd really concentrated on this initiative, and we're waiting kind of the government support to kick in. And then we kind of got a warning from our bank that it wasn't going to be that easy, and that actually it was unlikely that we were going to get the loan that we needed. And at the same time, we've got rejected for a whole load of the kind of retail help that was out there because we're e-com only and we have a warehouse and not a premises. And suddenly we were sitting there and we had this awful kind of realization that, help wasn't going to come. Like, this was it. And we talked to our finance director, and she was like, we're going to run out of money in July. This is it. It's over. It's done. We don't have the money left. And we had a kind of huge kind of marketing bill for Facebook that was sitting there. And we're about 850K short of the money that we needed to be able to continue to operate, which is a massive amount of money. And we were sitting there and we're going, do we go out and try and talk to VCs and see if someone will give us some distress money? How are we going to cope with this? And then we thought, that's not really very Snag. The Snag thing to do is to go out and tell our customers the story. So I went out on the Sunday night on my Instagram and said, look guys, this is the position that we're in. Like, what are the types of things, how do you think we could get through this? What are the types of ideas that you have? And on Instagram that evening, I talked to our customers and we came up with this idea, which was effectively you buy a voucher now and then you get a 2-for-1 voucher now and you get to spend it in November. So we get the revenue now, they get double the amount of sales they would get. So it's good for both of us. And they were like, this is a really good deal. We completely want to support you. We think it will work. So the next day we kind of moved heaven or earth to to kind of get it ready for Monday morning. Got all of the stuff ready and kind of put it out to our customers and on social. And by Friday that week, we'd had 1.25 million worth of sales on our vouchers. So in 5 days, 1.25 million, and our customers absolutely, I'm going to cry, completely and utterly bailed us out of the situation we're in, and were just incredible. I mean, the emails that I got and the support that we got and the absolute love was something that I've never experienced in my life. And, I can't even, I can't think of a time where something like that has ever happened before to any brand. And it was just astounding. By that Friday, we knew we were saved, and that everything was going to be okay. And since then, it's been amazing, step by step. We've changed couriers, we've managed to get stuff back online, and sales are back in a healthy place now, which is absolutely incredible. And it's going to be July next month, and we're not going to run out of money, and we're going to be here for years and years and years and years, getting supplies and tights out to the people that need them. But wow, I mean, what a complete, absolute insane thing to happen, and what brilliant customers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal story, and I mean, it's testament to the community and the brand, and that love and advocacy for what you create. That it was the long work and the journey of Snag that enabled you to be able to do that. And I recognise as a follower of you guys on social media, it's although this might have been a very different message that you've put out, you are very open and transparent, and it feels like a real community built around some very passionate people about your product. So you must be incredibly proud.
So proud. And I mean, think for us, we've never seen this as a brand that Snag owns or that I own. It's a co-owned brand between us and our customers. And you'll see that every decision we make, we talk to our customers about, and they're part of everything we do. And the first time that we went for investment, we started a thread going, what would you want to tell a potential investor about us? And when we talk to investors, instead of talking ourselves, we just showed them the threads, and they have been absolutely at every stage critical to what we do as a brand. And they are Snag, and it is a co-owned brand, and they saved us. They did their part in that, and it was just I'm so proud of every single one of them. But just to see people pull together like that and to help, and just the kind of the sheer goodness of it was just mind-blowing.
And is there anything that you've started doing, or that you were forced to do because of the pandemic, that you think will become a continual thread in your business going forward?
So we've started doing a lot more kind of collective calls. So we've grown as a business quite rapidly, and we do a lot of our work on WhatsApp rather than things like Zoom, because it's just easier. We have people in all sorts of different time zones. People can pick it up when they want. We put a lot of work into kind of doing a weekly call with absolutely everyone that works for Snag all over the world. Trying to find the right time to do that is hard, but we eventually got there. And I think taking that time every week just to check on everyone and check that everyone's okay, and to see their dogs and their kids, and and to hear about what they're doing and what they're reading, I think is something that we didn't do before, because we were very focused on the business. And I think we'd always take that time out now to to chat and to get to know where everybody is every week.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I know it's been an emotional journey for you, but I'd just like to sort of, I guess, test the temperature of how you're feeling in terms of the future. Are you optimistic?
Definitely. I mean, in the long run, I'm absolutely optimistic. I think there's a lot of what I worry about right now is that we don't have a defined date when things return to normal. And I think we're going to struggle as a country until we have this is the point where stuff goes back. And for me, I think everybody's struggling with that, and the incremental changes where you're not quite sure what you're allowed to do or what you're not allowed to do, or what's allowed to be open and what isn't allowed to be open, I think is quite confusing for people. And I think people want to spend, they want to support people, they want to support businesses, but until we have a lot of clarity about what that's going to look like and from when, I think we're all going to have a little bit of a troublesome time. I think the economy will be hit in the long run, and I definitely don't think we've seen, at all, the numbers of job losses that we'll end up with, and I think we'll see that washed out over the next few months. But I think, if all the small businesses out there and the new startups and the great new ideas can start to recruit people and, pull people in, and we support people with their ideas, I'm sure we'll be able to pull out of it much, much more quicker than we thought we would. And the ingenuity and kind of just creativity of Britain, I think you can see in force during the pandemic, and that makes me really excited and hopeful for the future.
Absolutely. And how can people find out more about Snag, Brie?
So you can visit our website, which is snagtights.com. You can find us on socials. We're Snagtights on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. So just, whatever is your favourite social media channel, reach out to us there. You can also find out more from me. I have an Instagram account, which is Brie from Snag, and the behind the scenes stuff happens there if you're interested in it.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure lots of people will be. Thank you so much.